All right, let's talk about the AI revolution. But here's the thing. It's not just one revolution. It's actually two massive shifts happening at the exact same time. One of them is about to change everything you see right in front of your face. And the other? Well, that one's changing our basic understanding of life itself, deep down inside ourselves.
You hear it all the time, right? AI is going to change everything. But that feels, I don't know, a little abstract, doesn't it? Like it's all happening in some server farm miles away. So the real question is, what is this future actually going to look like? What's it going to feel like in our day-to-day lives?
To figure that out, we're going to look at two stories that are running side by side. So on the surface, you've got AI powering this totally new way to interact with the digital world, pulling it out from behind our screens. And at the exact same time, deep inside us, AI is making the invisible biological world visible, decoding the very building blocks of who we are.
Okay, let's start with the revolution we can actually see. For what, 40 years? Our relationship with computers has been all about one thing, the screen. But that is all about to change.
You know, Snap CEO Evan Spiegel really nailed the problem with where we are now. He said that technology has been pulling people into the screen rather than bringing people into the world. And he's right. From that big desktop PC to the phone in our pocket, every step made technology more personal, sure, but also kind of more isolating. We're constantly getting pulled away from the world and the people right in front of us.
I mean, just think about the progression. The desktop PC, that kept us stuck in one room. Then the laptop let us carry the screen around the house. And the smartphone, that put the screen in our pocket, ready to yank us out of any real-world moment at a second's notice. So, what comes next? What's the next step in this evolution?
Well, the answer isn't just a better screen. The answer is getting rid of the screen as a barrier altogether. The next big thing is augmented reality glasses, like Snap spectacles. They're designed to overlay digital stuff directly onto the world around us. So think about it. Directions appearing on the street in front of you, or a message from a friend just kind of hovering in your vision. Computing becomes a part of your environment, not something separate from it.
And this really shows you the huge shift we're talking about. We're moving from this heads-down culture, where we're all just staring into our phones, to a heads-up future. So instead of technology pulling you out of your environment, it brings computing into it. It lets you have these shared digital experiences while you're still present, still engaged with the people you're with.
And look, this isn't about replacing your phone. It's about creating totally new kinds of interactions that just weren't possible before. I mean, imagine playing laser tag with your kids in the park, seeing the lasers, or putting virtual dinosaurs in your backyard, or playing a game of chess with a friend on the actual table between you. The whole point is to make computing feel more human again by making it truly collaborative and present in our world.
Okay, so this idea of making the digital world visible in our physical space, that's a really powerful concept. You're taking something you can't see and layering it onto reality. And it turns out that exact same principle is driving another, even deeper revolution.
To put it simply, AR's whole job is to make the invisible visible. It takes all the ones and zeros of the digital world and gives them shape and presence right here with us.
And here's where it all connects. What if we could apply that exact same idea, not to the world around us, but to our own biology? What if AI could take the impossibly complex, unseen machinery inside ourselves and make it visible and understandable for the very first time?
And that brings us to the second, deeper AI revolution, the one that's happening in bioinformatics, where scientists are basically learning to decode the language of life itself. To get a sense of just how huge this is, get this. Scientists know of over 200 million proteins. These are the tiny machines that do pretty much everything in our bodies. But we only know the 3D structure, the actual shape, of about 240,000 of them. That's not a gap, that is a canyon. It's like having a library with 200 million books and you've only opened the cover on a handful.
So why does the shape matter so much? Because for a protein, its structure is its function. The specific way a protein is folded in 3D is what determines what it can connect to and what it actually does. The best analogy is a key. A key's unique shape is the only thing that lets it open a specific lock. It's exactly the same for proteins.
For 50 years, figuring out a single protein structure was just this brutal, painstaking process. It could take a PhD student years of work with absolutely no guarantee of success just to map one protein. At that rate, we were never ever going to close that knowledge gap.
And then, the breakthrough, AlphaFold.
It's an AI from Google DeepMind that can take a protein's basic code and predict its incredibly complex 3D structure with amazing accuracy in seconds. It solved a problem that used to take years in less time than it takes to brew a pot of coffee. It's just unbelievable.
And the progress here has been ridiculously fast. AlphaFold 2 mastered predicting the shape of a single protein. The newest version, AlphaFold 3, can predict how those proteins interact with other things like drugs, which is absolutely critical for medicine. And the vision for the next version? To create a vertical AI. That just means an AI that's super specialized for one industry, that can speed up the entire process of discovering new drugs. So let's bring these two stories back together. On one hand, you've got AI making digital information visible in the world around us. On the other hand, you've got AI making biological structures visible to scientists.
You see the connection, right? AR glasses take invisible digital information and create an augmented reality. AlphaFold takes invisible biological structures and creates augmented discovery. They're two sides of the exact same coin, AI making the unseen seen.
So when you boil it all down, the big takeaway is this. The real shift being driven by AI isn't just about chatbots or self-driving cars. It's a much deeper change in our ability to see and work with information, whether that information is shaping our social world or our own biology.
And that leaves us with a pretty profound final thought. We're stepping into an era where AI can augment both the world we see and the life within us. A world where we can make the invisible visible, from our friendships to our proteins. So the only real question left is, what will we choose to see, and what will we ask AI to create next?